Going to have a look at the relationship between ratios and fractions. Starting with ratios, as you can see here, and turning those into their fraction equivalents. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is to work out how many parts there are in total within this ratio. So that's straightforward enough. We just add up the parts that we've got here. So we've got 3 plus 5 plus 4. If you add those together, you'll get a total of 12. This total is what their parts are all out of, so this just simply forms the bottom of the fractions. So this part has 3 out of 12 parts. This has 5 out of 12 parts, and this one has 4 out of 12 parts. So the only thing that would be left for you to do in a question here is to simplify any of these fractions. So we can simplify the first one by dividing the top and the bottom by 3. That will give us 1 over 4. You can't change the second one. 5 doesn't go into 12 nicely. 4 twelfths we can simplify by dividing the top and the bottom by 4, giving us 1 over 3. So that would be the fraction equivalent of the ratio that we started with. So now we're going to look at going the other way round, starting with some information in fraction form and turning it into a ratio. So I've been a bit sneaky because I've also involved some percentages, but remember, percentages are just fractions in disguise. So if you think about what we've just learnt in the first example, it was useful to have that common bottom, and so that's the first thing that we're going to try to achieve. And before we go as far as getting the common bottom, we're going to turn them all into fractions in the first place. So this one would be 4 over 10. This one would be 15 out of 100. Both of those can be simplified further so that we can see what we're doing. So 4 over 10 is actually 2/5, and 15 out of 100, if we divide by 5, is going to be 3 over 20. So we've got 1/4, 2/5, 1/5, and 3/20. So I've made this one kind of an easy example. Hopefully you can spot that the number that all of those bottoms will go into is 20. So we don't need to turn the 3/20 into anything different. We just need to change the others. So the 1/4 would be, if we multiply top and bottom by 5, we'll get 5 out of 20. 2/5, we're going to multiply top and bottom by 4. That will give it 8 out of 20. 1/5, same idea, multiply by 4. And then you should just do a quick check, adding up all the tops, because they should make 20. So 5 and 8 makes 13. Plus 4 makes 17, plus 3 makes 20, so that works perfectly. So now to write this information in its ratio form, all we're going to do is take away those bottoms and put in the dots. And there we have it.